We have a big show coming up. We're going to look at what could be the next big splash for the Dolphins in free agency. Could it be Tyrann Mathieu? How about JC Tretter as well? If they don't get Tretter, we'll look at some other offensive line options, free agents that are still available for Miami. And lastly, we'll talk about the Tom Brady rumors, give you an update. Mike McDaniel addressed that at the league meetings earlier this morning. You're watching Dolphins Today. Let's get rolling. Dolphins fans, what's going on? Happy Monday. I'm your new Dolphins Today host, Will Scott, looking at the newest Dolphins news and rumors. What a great week last week for the Dolphins. They add Terron Armstead and Tyreek Hill. This could still be a big week, though, for Mike McDaniel and Chris Grier. They might not be done. And if you haven't already, please hit that big red subscribe button. Sub to what is surely the best Dolphins YouTube channel. Again, with me being the new permanent host, there's going to be a lot more content coming your way. Let's get this show started with the latest on Tyrann Mathieu, arguably the top free agent left. He has not found a new home. Kansas City, they've made some questionable moves this offseason. One of them, we're grateful for it, trading Tyreek Hill to Miami, so they might try to bring him back. But one of the teams that has been linked to Tyrann are the Steelers. But earlier, or I should say yesterday, as Brooke Pryor reports here, who covers the Steelers for ESPN, that Kevin Colbert, the Steelers general manager, kind of shut down the idea of maybe acquiring Mathieu via signing him in free agency, saying that our preference is to add players coming off of their first contract or as close to their first contract as it can be. Again, that was in response to a question about the possibility of bringing Mathieu to Pittsburgh. Another team that is linked to the Honey Badger, the Las Vegas Raiders. I would not be surprised to see them add Mathieu. But reading through all these Dolphins forums and Dolphins Twitter accounts, it seems like Fins Nation is very interested in Tyrann. How can they not be? He's one of the best safeties in the NFL. And if you have been living under a rock and don't know what happened at the Oscars last night, basically Will Smith was upset about a joke that Chris Rock made about his wife, goes up, punches Chris Rock, and it's the number one trending topic in the world, so we got to talk about it. People have called me Will Smith by accident at least 100 times in the last year. Will Scott, Will Smith, very similar name. So I like Will Smith because we have basically the same name. Men in Black is one of the best movies of all time. But I'm having trouble picking a side. Let me know in the comments which side you are on. We're doing this across all of our YouTube channels at Chat Sports. If you're with Will Smith, type WS. That's Will Smith, not Will Scott, WS. Chris Rock, type CR. Let me know what you think. Speaking of two letters, how about JC Tretter? He is arguably the top offensive lineman available in free agency. He was released by the Browns on March 15th in a salary cap move. They saved about $10 million in salary cap releasing him. Top 3 in pass blocking by PFF the last 4 seasons. He's been one of the best centers in the league the last half decade, and I think this would be a great fit for Miami. Another team he's been linked to, the Baltimore Ravens, but kind of like the Steelers did with Tyrann, they're kind of shutting that down based on John Harbaugh's comments, says Kevin Ostreicher, who covers the Baltimore Ravens for Locked In. It appears rather unlikely that JC Tretter will become a member of the Ravens. He basically said he likes where the offensive line is at right now. So maybe the Miami Dolphins, the front runners to add JC Tretter, and I think it makes more sense to sign Tretter than it does Tyrann Mathieu. It fills a bigger need for Miami, but let me know what you think. Who would you rather sign? Type HB for Honey Badger or type JC for JC Tretter? You also have to look at really some other options on the offensive line for Miami if they fail to get JC Tretter. There's still a couple other big names available in free agency, one of them being Bobby Massey, an offensive tackle. from Denver. So it might make some sense to bring him in. He's got some experience at right tackle. I do like that option for Miami if they want to upgrade on the right side. Duane Brown, one of the best tackles in the league pretty much his entire career. The problem is he has never taken a snap at right tackle in his career. Obviously, Armstead is going to play left tackle for Miami. Austin Jackson may be in line to be the starting right tackle right now. And the argument against bringing Duane Brown in is he has no experience at right tackle. Well, guess who also doesn't have any experience at right tackle? Austin Jackson. He's taken over 1,000 snaps on the left side in his first 2 years in the league. No snaps, 1,000 snaps on the left side, none on the right side. And of course, if you're the right tackle, you have to protect Tua's blind side. Miami is upgraded on the left side. They still have some work to do, I think, on the right side. They also have some work to do at center. Matt Paradis from Carolina, kind of middle of the road center. He's ranked 16th by PFF. He was Peyton Manning's center when he won a Super Bowl in Denver, so he's got a lot of experience. He's 32 years old. He's a veteran guy who can come in, can be a locker room presence as well. And then Riley Reiff, another veteran. He was Joe Burrow's right tackle last year, has a lot of experience at that position, over 700 snaps at right tackle for Cincinnati. He's a guy you could bring in and have him start on the right side. But one thing's for sure, the Dolphins need to add another offensive lineman. They've done a tremendous job upgrading the offensive line thus far in free agency. Take a look at what they've done so far. You got Tyrann Armstead at left tackle, Connor Williams at left guard, two of the top players at their respective positions. But Michael Dieter at center is just not going to cut it, I don't think. He was ranked 28th by PFF amongst all centers last year. Robert Hunt, I think he's got a lot of potential at right guard. And then Austin Jackson, he's a first-round pick for a reason, very athletic. And we've seen him a lot at left tackle, left guard. Haven't seen him at right tackle, so who knows? Maybe he'll be a better fit in that position. Another big get that the Dolphins got in free agency, or via trade, I should say, Tyreek Hill. And you can get a brand new Tyreek Hill jersey at chatsports.com/Tyreek. This is the Aqua one. How about Aqua, I should say. How about this white one right here? Some fresh jerseys that you can get from our friends at Fanatics, so be sure to go to chatsports.com/Tyreek. It says 00, but you're just pre-ordering the jersey. Whenever it comes out with his official jersey number, that's the jersey that's going to show up on your doorstep. Let's talk about these Tom Brady rumors. We addressed it last Friday. This report that came out that said Miami and Tom Brady had a mutual interest. Mike McDaniel, new head coach, was asked about it today at the league meetings, and he said the Tampa Bay Bucks quarterback, that's what you call fake news. So Mike McDaniel shutting down the idea of South Beach Tom Brady. Kind of here's how this whole report circulated. There was a report several weeks ago that came out saying that Miami wanted both Sean Payton and Tom Brady before the Brian Flores lawsuit. After the lawsuit, they decided to go in a different direction. And then last Thursday, these rumors kind of resurfaced when Dale Arnold, a Nesson host who covered Tom Brady in his days in New England, said that Brady and Miami kind of had mutual interest in each other and that Brady the Dolphins was a possibility. The next day, The Athletic comes out and basically shuts that report down. So again, Tom Brady not going to be a Miami Dolphin, but it's time to buy in on Tua. I'm so tired of every time a big-name quarterback becomes available, like Deshaun Watson did last offseason and during the season as well. We heard a lot of rumors about Deshaun to Miami, but it's time to buy in on Tua Tagovailoa. This is a guy that can be a franchise quarterback, number 5 overall pick in 2020. In his second NFL season with not many weapons, he won games, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You've given him an offensive line. You've given him Tyreek Hill. You bring in Cedric Wilson. Let me see what he can do with those weapons. And even when they signed Teddy Bridgewater, there was a lot of speculation that Bridgewater's going to come in and take Tua's job. I'm sorry, Teddy Bridgewater is a great backup. He's not a good starter. We've seen that. Mike McDaniel asked about that today. He said that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be the starting and the franchise quarterback. And Tom Brady, you can forget about him. So, Fins Nation, again, new host. I would appreciate a follow on Twitter. And I'll tell you this, go retweet my pinned tweet, and I will give you a shout-out on the next show if you're one of the first 10 people to retweet my tweet. So you can go follow me on Twitter, at WillScott44, and retweet my pinned tweet for a chance to get a shout-out on tomorrow's show. We'll see you then. This has been Dolphins Today with Will Scott.